Hi, Dan from Cloudsmith here. In this video, we will take a look at how easy it is to push packages and artifacts to a private Cloudsmith repository from Semaphore CI. Semaphore CI is a continuous integration and continuous deployment tool that enables you to quickly set up a build and deployment pipeline using an intuitive visual builder or by directly writing workflow configuration files. It's fast, flexible, and supports any language and platform. This video isn't intended to be a deep dive into Semaphore CI, but rather a simple demonstration of adding the Cloudsmith CLI to a Semaphore CI workflow and then using it to push a package to Cloudsmith. So let's get started. I've logged into my Semaphore CI account and I have already authorized Semaphore to connect to my GitHub account. I've created a demo project here from one of my GitHub repositories. So let's take a look first at the settings for it. You can configure Semaphore to kick off the execution of your pipelines on specific GitHub events, such as a push to a specific branch for specific tags, or even say a pull request. For now, I've just configured this to build on any push. Next, we need to add a secret to this project, and that is our Cloudsmith API key. The Cloudsmith CLI needs this to authenticate to Cloudsmith in order to push a package. Remember to never add or commit secrets in plain text or as part of your configuration or source. Always use some form of encrypted secrets management, and in this case, we are adding our API key as an organization level secret in Semaphore CI, which can then be used as an environment variable when our pipeline runs. Okay, that's the secret added. Now let's go and have a look at the workflow for this project. Workflows may contain multiple pipelines. For example, one to run tests and another for deployment. But in this demo, we just have one pipeline. This is the Semaphore visual editor, and we can see that we have an initial pipeline here. Blocks, as the name would suggest, are the building blocks of a pipeline and running agents that define hardware and software environments. We have two blocks here, one that builds our source into a package and a second that then pushes the package to Cloudsmith. Each block has a task that contains one or more jobs, and jobs detail the commands that will be executed. Each job runs in a new clean environment, and we will talk about this in a bit more detail when we take a closer look at the entire pipeline configuration. Blocks may also contain a prologue, which is commands that will run before each job. We make use of this to configure our environment correctly before our jobs run. Blocks may also depend on other blocks, which we can see here with our push package block, which depends on the build package block completing successfully before it will run. As I said earlier, you can edit and create the workflow configuration files directly, and you can see the complete configuration right here in your browser. But let's jump over to a terminal and walk through this configuration. I'll just open this semaphore.yml file in my editor. We start by naming the pipeline, and then we specify the machine type and operating system that the agent will use to execute the pipeline. Next, we specify our blocks, and we will start with the build package block. The first thing that gets executed here are any commands in the prologue. In this case, we use this to install the required tools that we need to build our package, namely the RubyGem FPM. Then we specify the commands that we want to run for our checkout and build job. The first command clears the Semaphore cache to remove artifacts from any previous runs of this workflow. Next, we check out our source and run make to build it. We then use FPM to create the Debian package. Finally, we then store the Debian package in the Semaphore cache with the key name package so it can be retrieved and used by other jobs. We need to do this as our jobs run on clean, isolated hosts each time, and the Semaphore cache is the primary method used to pass files from one block or job to another. Next is our push package block. For this, we need to include the secret that we added to our project settings at the start, as this is the block that will use the Cloudsmith CLI. In the push job itself, we need to restore the package from the Semaphore cache, and then we can use the Cloudsmith push deb command with our Cloudsmith account name, repository name, distribution and version, and finally our package file name to actually push the package to Cloudsmith. This block also has a prologue, which simply installs the Cloudsmith CLI for the job to use. Okay, Let's now make a small change to our source that we can commit and push to kick this whole workflow off and see what happens. If I just update the message that the source prints out, then save the file, and then add this change to Git and commit the change, that should be it. We should be able to just git push now to get started. Let's go back and have a look at the project in Semaphore. We can see that the workflow is now running, and we can see our commit message. Let's go in and have a look at the pipeline. Our checkout and build job is running, and we can watch a live tail of the logs. I'll just speed the video up a little bit here as it takes a few seconds to install all the tooling, build the package, and store it in the Semaphore cache. And that's it complete. Now if we go back to the workflow, we can see that the push package block is now running. We can check logs here also, and we can see that this block actually completed really quickly. It installed the Cloudsmith CLI, restored the package from the Semaphore cache, and then pushed the package to Cloudsmith using the Cloudsmith push command. Let's go and take a look at our repository now on Cloudsmith. And if we just refresh the page, we can see the new Debian package we just built. And it's been automatically tagged as the latest version. Our Semaphore CI workflow has successfully built our project and pushed it to our own private repository. I hope that this short demo showed you how really easy it is to push packages and artifacts to a private Cloudsmith repository using Semaphore CI. Really, and this is the important takeaway, it's just a matter of adding a job that utilizes the Cloudsmith push command. That's all there is to it. You can be up and running in minutes. If you'd like to try this out for yourself, just go to cloudsmith.com where you can sign up for a free trial. And remember, to be awesome and automate everything.